That dude is getting it.
But in
The
the end, he's not gonna get the results that he's looking for. He's gonna be by himself.
well, I don't know about that. I
I
don't know
mean, yeah,
about
he
that.
can, he may get, the temporary gifts at the time, which is whatever it is at the time. But ultimately, in the end, I mean, that just gets old.
It can get old. And when I talk to dudes, like a lot of guys come to me and they ask me questions like, hey, yo, Saint, how can I do this? How can I do that? The first thing I ask them, what's your mission? What is it that you want? Now, the initial answer to that question for most dudes is, I want to smash, man. I'm trying to get on. I'm trying to sleep with these women. All right. Okay. That's what you want to do. You just want to meet women so you can have sex. That's what you're telling me. That's what you want. Yes, that's what I want. No problem. Stop looking at them tens over here. We're going to start over here with these threes and fours.
Yeah.
Right? Because your mission is to just get the physical part of this.
Right.
And then they go and they'll do it. They go get a couple threes, fours, jump up to a 6, 7. Every now and then they might even grab them a 9 or something. But it goes to what you're saying. They're still empty. They're not fulfilled. And
Right.
it's like it's because you didn't know yourself. I'm a big fan of Sun Tzu, The Art of War. And in The Art of War, one of the things he says is know yourself, know your enemy. You can't be successful if you don't know what you're trying to do. So then it goes back to that original question. What's your mission? What do you want? Don't lie to me and say what all the other dudes are saying, because you don't just want to smash. You're looking for a wife.
Right.
And in that case, we have to do this completely different. Our
Mhm.
objectives are not going to be the same to accomplish the mission of finding a long-term, woman who's going to be good for you versus finding a woman who's going to sleep with you. Right.
Right.
So men get confused on that, these bottom 80 dudes, because they don't have the experience. As a top tier guy, a top 20 guy, what do you want to do? He'll tell you, man, I'm just smashing. And guess what? He could do that for 30 years. I know dudes in their 60s still smashing, and they love it.
It's like, at what point? Like, it's crazy. Like, when are
But
y'all gonna stop?
they don't. That's their mission. That is their mission. They're not trying to stop.
Woo! Well,
You know what I mean? And Miss Globe Girl's in the building. My favorite Marine, correction, my favorite sailor, she's not a Marine. She's about to smack me now. My favorite sailor is in the building. Miss Globe Girl, might I remind you, Army beat Navy this year in football. Just want to throw that out there. How you been, girl? Good to see you. She's like, we've been trying to tell DL this for over a year now. And again, I'm just now catching up with the chat, so we're a little bit behind. But what she's mean is most of the women I talk to say the exact same thing that you're saying. I want a good guy. You know what I mean? I want. But I would argue that you really don't want that, because you can have that good guy today. You can have that bottom 80 dude. That dude is going to do everything you're saying. You can have him today. But like you said, it takes work. Now, you might be willing to put in some work, but the vast
I mean,
majority of women are
nobody's
not.
perfect though.
Say again?
I said no one's perfect.
No one is. No one is perfect.
80 to 20, nobody. So whether you get someone who needs little work or someone who appears to have it all together, it's something wrong with everybody.
Yes. Yes. But then we go back to that hypergamy thing, right? Rich Cooper was one of the biggest forces in this world. He's not. He calls it the Mano Swamp. He's no longer part of the Manosphere. He's like red pill adjacent now. He says he has a bunch of sayings. One of his sayings is women, by and large, women don't want to build with anyone. Women want to wait at the finish line and they want to smash the winners. And there's so many dudes out there, these bottom 80 guys, you're like, man, I've seen that. These women, that's all they see are the top dudes, the Chads and the Tyrones and the wealthy dudes, and that's all they're looking at. And it's a dark side to that too, because it hurts women. It really hurts women at the end of the day, because women go from getting all this sexual access from all these different dudes, and then as we age, we lose our youth and our beauty. I'm in my 50s. I don't look like it, but I feel like it. You know what I mean? And we still lose. I cannot compete with my 23-year-old self, right? And women realize that they can't compete with their 23-year-old self when they hit 33, 43, 53. And they're not getting the same amount of attention. And then it's like, oh, I got to find me somebody. right? So then they go looking like, and then this one you have there are no good men, and how come all these dudes just want to smash? It's because she's still hunting within the confines of the top 20% of dudes, the dudes who know what they're doing.
So my friend just said a good statement. She says some men say that they're looking for a wife or that they're ready for a relationship, then retract their statement when they encounter a good woman. Why is that?
Because his mission is probably to smash, and his game is set up to where I'm gonna tell women whatever they want to hear. I think Fresh and Fit used to say this, and Kevin Samuels used to say this: when you lying, women are buying. If you want to have the best results with the average woman, lie to her. You know what I mean? That's one of the things. You know, Miss AKA ladies in the building. What's good? She's at Miss AKA lady is in Central Florida, girl. She's been to Tampa a couple times. She's talking about coming to shows, a couple of shows as well. But here's the thing: women got to be gamed up too, right? Mm-hmm. Women got to be gamed up. I mean, it is what it is. I hate to say it, like the average woman can run circles around the average dude because, I mean, when did dudes start looking at you sexually? Since you were 13, 14, 15 years old, right? They've been looking at you like, hey, what's up? And then they shooting their little game at you. Older boys, you know what I mean? As you got older men. Mm-hmm. And if you ain't gamed up, you don't stand a chance. And I don't get mad at women for being hypergamous. I don't get mad at women for if they want to go out and meet some dude and go home with him that night. I don't get mad at women because it's easier in the sexual marketplace for them to be successful, with getting some men. I ain't mad at that. And I'm not mad at women that get caught up and swept up in someone's game at the top, right? She's a 7, which is 2 steps above average, right? Because God forbid you call a woman average. You call a woman a 5, she might shoot you, right? And it's like, that's average. Right? Like, I see, girl, you a 5.
I hate when these guys be calling out these numbers. She's a this, she's a that. But what are you?
Bottom 80 most of the time. They're not in that top 20%.
It kills me when I hear guys talking about, oh yeah, she fine, she this. But you not cute either.
Here's the thing. Most men understand and accept where they are in the sexual marketplace. Mm-hmm. Right? You're not going to find a dude who's a 3 walking around talking about, I'm a king. You know what I mean? You better take me out. I'm a 10. That dude knows he's a 3. That guy 5'8", 350 pounds, living in his mama's basement. He ain't got no job. He know he ain't getting nothing, right? But his counterpart, that woman who's 5'6", 425 pounds, living in her daddy's basement, she's a queen. You can't tell her nothing. I deserve a 8. Why do you deserve an 8? Because she did nasty grown-up things with some dude one night when he was drunk. She hit a lick. And because she hit that lick at that level, she's like, nah, that's where I qualify for 8s. Like, no, you don't, baby. You a 4. You qualify for 6 at the top end, right? And all the way down to 1s. That's your range. Mm-hmm. But they don't want to hear that. Dudes accept that. Now, they might get mad and jump into these chats and jump into these forums and start talking all this nonsense. And they hate, because think about it. The term incel, involuntarily celibate, only applies to men. Only applies to men. Mm-hmm. There's not a woman out there who cannot get sexual access, right? That's just how the game goes. Am I lying? Like, if you wanted to right now, how hard would it, how much time would it take for you to get a guy to come over and scratch that itch? You know what I'm saying?
It wouldn't be hard, but that's not me. And don't forget, my parents are in this chat. We even,
I'm just saying. And I know that's not you, but as a woman, just because you know how the game is played, that's not difficult at all.
That's true.
At all. You could be a man who is 6'3", makes $250,000 a year, has properties and all the vehicles and the gold chain. Well, I guess whatever they're wearing now, got the Rolexes and the Pateks and the Bugatti, all that. And he still will have a harder time getting somebody to come over and scratch that itch for him than a woman who is a step below average. Mm-hmm. A woman who's a 4 could get a dude to come over tonight. She might have to make 2 calls instead of 1. Mm-hmm. Right? So this is what we're talking about, the imbalance in the sexual marketplace. So the dudes at the bottom have gotten to a point because women are becoming more and more alpha. The dudes at the bottom are like, bro, I don't have any experience to begin with. So if I'm out at International Mall, or if I'm downtown Tampa, or if I'm in Miami or New York, he's not going to talk to a woman. He doesn't have the confidence to talk to the woman. He doesn't have the game to get in there. And even if that woman is kind of checking him out, he doesn't have the social IQ to see that her choosing signals. He can't even tell she's trying to get his attention. He won't even make eye contact with you. You said you made eye contact with my cousin. Most people don't even make eye contact. And I noticed that a long time ago. That's one of the first things I teach these dudes. Man, you got to look people in the eye when you walk by them, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? If it for anything else, just to make sure they ain't trying to do something shiesty. You know what I mean? You gotta let them know I see you. Like I see you.
Right. I see you.
Yeah. So, I just think that we're living in a time where socially it has gotten to a point where men are just weak and women are extremely strong.
We have to.
Why?
Well, for me, that's just how I was raised. Like my mom, the way that she raised me to be a strong woman. I saw her bust her behind, like when me and my brother, when we were young, we used to, she would be working countless hours, like every day. And we would see that. And it's like, I was telling her the other day, like, dang, like, she was like, Alex, you need to relax more. You need to take some time for yourself. And I'm just like, how? Like, I didn't really see you relaxing when I was younger. I saw you grinding. I saw you working. Like, I saw you taking care of business. So that's what I do. Like now, as an adult, like that's all I know, to work hard, take care of my business. And I'm an independent woman, like all of that, because when my husband comes, I'm ready to live the soft life. I'm ready to submit. I'm ready to do all of that. But it's just like, as a single woman, like I have to, because I'm the one that's paying for my bills. I'm the one that's, having to work, take care of everything. So like it's just like, it's just in me.
The thing is, my question to you is, sis, is how do you turn it off? Like, because you said, like, I can do this, I'm ready for my man, and I can turn it off. I would say you can't, or if you can turn it off, it's not as easy as you think. Am I wrong in thinking that?
Um, I think it will be easy for me because I desire to. And
Uh,
I know right now I'm doing what I have to do in order to literally survive. Um, so I would embrace to be able to kind of just relax and just live in my femininity and like just be this soft woman.
okay. Because I would say turning that off is extremely difficult, if impossible. Because I look at myself. There's no way I can shut off my alpha. No
Mhm.
way. Now,
I mean, you're
you
a
know,
man. You don't need
okay.
to. You need to
But
keep that.
can I subdue it? Yes. Can I do that? Yes. But if you spent your entire adult life being independent, being in charge,
Mhm.
being alpha,
Mhm.
I mean, I think it's gonna be real hard. And I was, we can kind of transition to this real quick.
Mhm.
When you are alpha as a woman
Mhm.
in today's world, right? We're in a world now, like you were saying, like I'm probably gonna have to approach this dude because he's probably not gonna say anything to me, right? Because men just kind of standoffish right now. Because the guys who are saying stuff to you, right away, like, all right, this is an F boy right here. This dude, I know what he's trying to do. He's just trying to smash. I don't want to talk to this guy. This guy over here is married. I see the ring. He's not even trying to hide it. He told me, like, hey, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, we gonna do what we
Right.
do. I don't want to mess with him. This other guy might be too effeminate. I don't know. He might be playing for both sides. You know what I mean? So I don't want to mess with him.
Mhm.
So now you're gonna have to go and approach the guy that you want to talk to. Does that mean you have to take him out to like you have to ask him out? And if so, are you paying for that date?
No. No, I'm not paying for a first date with a man. No, I'm not.
Are you gonna split the bill?
No.
But you asked him out.
I'm not asking nobody out.
Okay. So you're not gonna ask anyone out. Okay.
Well, no, what I will do, because I know that sometimes, like, and I've dealt with this in the past, like, guys that I have met, I'm not afraid to talk to anybody. Like, I always say I never met a stranger because if we make eye contact, I'm gonna speak to you. I'm gonna say anything. And there has been times where I do see an attractive man out. And I may, we may make eye contact and I may say something or whatever, or, I may approach him and just, just simply speak. I'm not going to say, hey, here's my number, call me sometimes, let's do whatever. But I will give them, maybe a safe space and an opportunity to, so they can feel comfortable to maybe approach me in a certain way and talk or whatever. Because, they may be standing like, I don't know. Should I say something? Should I not say something? So I will, I'll say something, but I'm not going to ask them out on a date.
Girl, look, you just said safe space. Here's as an old warrior, you know what I mean, sitting in his attic talking to his computer. As an old warrior, he ain't necessarily in the game anymore. I'm like, you dealing with a dude that you had to give him a safe space. He's soft as cotton, girl. Why you talking to that man? That's the same. You might as well ask him out. You might as well pay for it. Cause that dude, I need a safe space to talk to a woman. You see the world we're living in.
But just like you said, y'all necessarily didn't want to say anything because you didn't know how, whatever. So I said something. Hey, like I was talking to y'all and I had asked y'all if y'all had got y'all food or whatever. And I guess that was just like, okay, cool. She's cool. Let's talk. And we were talking, for the rest of the night.
Now, yes. Mm-hmm. So after you said that and the conversation began, did you believe at any moment that we don't know how to talk to women? That's something that we're shy guys that need a safe space?
No.
Right. That's the difference I'm trying to say. Like if you meet a dude, a lot of these dudes are soft like that. You do got to give them a safe space. Mm-hmm. Right. With us, like with someone like me, depending on what I'm doing, you know what I mean? If I'm a pay attention to what's going on, I'm like, all right, if I was there by myself and you two walked up, I definitely would have said something to y'all. Definitely, I would have said something. Just two sisters in here. Hey, what's going on? How y'all doing? Blah, blah, blah. I'd have said something. I'd have broke the ice, whatever. Because I have an acronym that I use when I talk to these dudes. You have to always be out here doing this. It's ABTS. Always be talking shit. That's what I do. Right. And I tell them, hey, man, I always be talking shit. Right. So you see, and it keeps you sharp.
Yeah.
Right. And then you don't really worry about getting shot down or anything like that because you really don't care. There's no investment. I'm not like googly eyes, like, oh my gosh, you so hot. I don't care. I can be talking to a 10. I can be talking to a 3. I'm talking shit no matter what. No matter what. And a lot of that gets me like if I'm in, I don't know, if I'm in the grocery store and some old lady's in front of me and I'm talking shit to her. And then next thing you know, she got me talking to her granddaughter or she got me talking to her daughter or something like that. That's happened. It's like, ooh, ABTS done got me into a situation. This is great. You know what I mean? So, but most dudes, they can't do that. This is things we got to teach. And I think that's very telling that you were like, hey, I have to make a safe space so a dude will approach me. And that tells us that we're in a place where, Xerxes from back in the day, Persian Empire, he was fighting the Spartans, the movie 300 and all that kind of stuff, right? Mm-hmm. One of Xerxes' most prominent generals was a female, and she was vicious. I forget her name. And he would say, referencing her, my men are made of women parts and my women are made of men parts. And I think that we have come back to that place all these centuries later.
Well, see, Miss Glow Girl said safe space means there's no insulting comments like get out my face or eye rolls or anything like that. That's what I'm just saying. Like, because like you said, you don't know if we maybe were with some men or, whatever the case may be, but just giving them that opportunity, like, okay, it's cool.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I come from a world where we didn't worry about safe spaces. We didn't worry about women turning, rolling their eyes and turning. In fact, we used to engage it. I wish you would act funny around me, girl. And I'm talking about the 80s and 90s. I wish you would. Come here, girl. That's what we was doing. But society was different.
Yeah, you can't do that now, because
nah. But you know what I'm talking about, though, right? Society was different. Right. We got level up man in the building. What's good? Checking in for Louisiana, a real Southern gentleman. This guy right here. You know what I mean? We met in Atlanta. Many women of today want a man to lead, but at the same time, they don't want to follow. Ooh, what do you think about that?
I'm gonna follow, baby. If you are leading me in the right way, and yeah, I'm gonna follow.
Yeah, Arts and Media. Yeah, see, look how smart these brothers are, man. There she is right now. I can't remember her name. Yeah, Artemisia was Xerxes' general. Smeebles, man, I gotta give you a Don Marco, bro. And brother Smeebles is coming to Tampa this summer.
What is he do?
He has his own business, if I'm not mistaken, and he's like, he does a bunch of things like a man. He's out there, making the best version of himself, taking risks, doing what he has to do, and
Staples, do you?
Hey, Smeebles is coming out here. He's gonna come to Tampa. He's gonna come, and we're gonna go down to Miami. Cody is King is also gonna jump in here. We got Jay Swans. This is my dude right here. Jay Swans is in the building. Jay Swans and I were in the same unit in the United States military, man. I'm paratrooper. Jay Swans was in my unit. We were. He was a young guy. He was the dude. Jay Swans will tell you. I might have to bring Jay Swans up on this panel. He probably asked for the link, and I'll send it to him. He is closer to your version of the topic than he is to me. Even though we came up, he was California boy, pretty boy, tall, in shape, you know what I mean? So he was the guy that would just stand there. Like, what are you doing? Like, oh, she'll be over here. I'm waiting for her to come over here. I'm like, man, we in North Carolina, boy. You better go over there and grab her. Like, so he was like,
used to do that.
What?
Oh,
what?
Man.
But he has Queen there, and I rarely use that term queen when I describe a woman. But Naya is absolutely a queen. They've been together, I want to say over 30 years. They've been married for well over 20 years.
Oh, wow.
And
that's a blessing.
Raised two fine, boys who are great men right now out there conquering the world. I can't say enough about my sister Naya and my brother Jay Swans. But we came up together. I met him in 1991 in Fort Bragg, North Carolina. I told y'all I'm old. I don't know why y'all won't listen to me. I told y'all I'm old. You got my homeboy G Complex 217 in the building. What's good, Chris? I see you, man. And this was from earlier when you were saying I could turn it on. I could be feminine in a heartbeat. And he's like, well, won't you turn it on now? Like, what you're like, you can do it. Here it is right here. You're like, okay, if it's that easy, flip the switch right now in real time. Mm-hmm.
It's flipped.
Girl, please.
With the right man, it's easy because I've done it before,
I girl, I just don't know. My sister's in the building. There she is right now. Queen Naya in the building. What's good, sis? Hey, big bro. Yo, man. What's good, sis? Like, that's my people. That's my people. Mandrell, my favorite Green Beret. You know, there's a lot of military people in this in this chat.
And that's we appreciate you all for your service. Thank you so much. Like, that's amazing.
I believe you, but when most people say that to me, I just be like, whatever. That's a topic for another conversation. We'll do that. We'll definitely bring you back.
No, that's real. And I have a lot of people in my family that's in the military, has been in the military. Like, that is major. Anytime when I see or come across someone that has, I always have to thank them for their service.
Well, that's what's up. You want to thank me for my service? Make sure you show up Tuesday and bring me a cup of Kool-Aid, red, girl. I want red. Lots of sugar.
Me and my friend JQ, we will be there.
That's what it is. That's what it is. Brother Mandrell, like I was stationed in Fort Bragg too. Yeah, Mandrell's a Green Beret, Special Forces operator. He was on the teams. This is a real one. Of course, you were at Fort Bragg, man. That's where y'all live. That's where the Green Beret live. That's where y'all start, man. Come on now. But that's my guy. And Miss Globe Girl, like I said, she was in the Navy. She's done more than one deployment. I am so proud of her and anyone else who has served. I am a huge proponent of United States military. I believe that every U.S. citizen should have to serve when they're 18 years old. Lottie-dottie, every damn body, even the paraplegics. I don't care. Your legs don't work, but your arms do. I think everyone should serve for a minimum of 2 years in the United States military with no ties to their family. Like if you're a rich person, they got to change your name. Like, so you go in there and you gonna serve. And you know what? That'll keep That'll keep our elected officials from just sending our precious soldiers off to any old where to go fight and die. If you know your niece, your nephew, your son, your daughter, you know your cousins and all that, or your family, your best friend's family is in the military, you ain't trying to send nobody off to the Middle East unless it's absolutely necessary. You're not trying to send somebody off to fight and die somewhere on the planet unless it's absolutely necessary. That's my take on that. Again, that's another topic for another day. Shout out to everybody who served.
She was in the U.S. Army.
Who was?
My auntie. She just posted that.
Oh, what's up? I'm slow in the chat. I'm trying to catch up.
And JQ, she asked where we going. Tell her where we going on Tuesday.
Tuesday, y'all going to comedy arc at Status. Y'all going to Status. It's on Armenia and MLK. It's a nightclub, but we turned it into a comedy spot every Tuesday. That's where y'all going. We got Candace August this week. I'm gonna be there hosting. We're gonna have a bunch of other comedians just kind of hanging out. Ain't no telling who might pop in. $5 cover. It's the best comedy show in Tampa, especially for $5. Y'all gonna feel like y'all stole it. That's how good the show is. Like, I can't believe we only paid $5 for this girl. I paid $30 to see these same people 2 weeks ago. Right. So y'all gonna have a good time. So make sure y'all bring money to
And I'm gonna post it on my story tonight, and I'm gonna tell all my people to come through.
Yeah, definitely. Miss Glow Grill, to thank me for my service, the person has to know what my service was. Otherwise, it's just empty words. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie to you though. I believe you though, sis. I do believe you, Alex. Coming from the South, having people in the military, when you thank someone for their service, I believe you truly mean it. But I know where Miss Glow Girl is coming from. And me and Jay Swans, we talk about this all the time. And look, that's my brother. Man, get back on topic. All right, I'm back on topic. Here we go. Okay. Let's get back on topic. So